but the West don't allow peace without a fight. Come afternoon, hoofbeats thundered through the gale riders, defying the white hell. Peering out, I saw Harlan Voss leading 2 hard cases, Billy Knox and Red Harlan, bundled against the fury. Harlan, obsessed with Amelia for months his courting, more like stalking, had tracked her horse's fate and followed Prince to my door. I snatched my rifle, stepping into the blizzard. Voss, what's your play? He sneered, wind whipping his beard. The Widow Hazer trail ends here. You finally thawed in that cold silence with my woman, Thorn. The chased wrangler samplin', a used-up schoolmarm. The slur ignited rage, protective and primal. Apologize or eat lead. Hands twitched to holsters, tension coiling like a spring. I fired first, rifle barking, dropping Billy with a leg shot, snow blooming red. Red drew, but my next round mangled his gun hand. Harlan's pistol cleared leather as I grazed his scalp, blood freezing in rivulets. Back off or join the drifts, I growled, voice raw with cowboy grit masculine. Unbreakable they fled, Harlan spitting vengeance, but the clash shattered my silence, awakening a fierce guardian within. Amelia emerged, wrapping me in a blanket, her eyes wide with awe and fear. You could have died for me. Some silences need breaking, I said, holding her close. The push-pull, surge desire drawing us near. My vow and town's judgment shoving back. Night brought fresh peril. Guttural growls circled the cabin walls, starved by the storm, eyeing my barn. Livestock screamed panic. I bolted out, rifle ready, the pack lunging from shadows. One tore at my leg, fangs sinking deep. Another leaped snarling. Pistol blazing under moonlight, I dropped 3, blood steaming on snow, my bellow echoing defiance against the wild. Wounded, I limped back, Amelia bandaging with trembling hands. Stay with me, she urged, her steadfastness fanning the fire in my heart. Through pain, we bared souls, her grief, my isolation. What do I mean to you? She whispered. The flame that ends my cold, I admitted. Our kiss erupted, soft then searing, melting decades of restraint. She asked to share my bed, guiding me with patient wisdom. Our union a sacred blaze of tenderness and passion, healing scars in firelight. But Harlan's venom struck next. Dawn brought agony poison in the well, his spy's sabotage. I convulsed, fever blurring reality, doubting my worth. Amelia refused to leave my bedside, nursing through the haze, suspense building, poison, betrayal. Paranoia gripped as I weakened, her loyalty a lifeline. Rallying, I hunted the traitor to his lair. The shootout raged, bullets zinging off boulders, grappling in dust and smoke. My grit prevailing in furious bursts, revelations shattered. Harlan's mad obsession fueled it all. Amelia faced him in a tense standoff, accusations flying. His chase on horseback nearly fatal until I intervened. Then the avalanche roared storm-loosed fury, boulders cascading like apocalypse. We fled horseback, dodging doom in heart-thudding chaos. Harlan ambushed in the tumult, a savage dual fists pounding, guns thundering close. My resolve exploding in triumph, leaving him broken and bolting. Skies cleared, dawn vulnerable, entwined, regrets vanished. No hiding, she demanded. I knelt, be my wife. Her yes ignited joy. Harlan vanished from Wyoming, shadows lifting. The ridge evolved some, inspired by our defiance of norms. Wedding in sunlit chapel. Her gown radiant. Ma's vow, I saw, was for love's fire, not eternal chill. Together we embraced storms, our bond a blazing testament to healing, resilience, and passion's power in the untamed West. Cold silence broken, my heart forever aflame. He once feared love, but that night the widow taught him what true desire meant. D spent 40 years fearing love like it was a loaded gun pointed at my heart, something wild and unpredictable that could tear a man apart if he let it get too close. My name's Elias Thorne, and out on my 800-acre spread near Blackwood Ridge, Wyoming, I'd built a life of quiet routines, herding cattle from sunup to sundown. My hands rough as saddle leather, my bed cold and empty as the plains in winter. It all stemmed from that promise at 15, kneeling by Ma's deathbed as fever claimed her. Rebecca Thorne was a force, a midwife who brought life into this harsh world, and a rock after Pa met his end in a saloon brawl, knife in his gut over some harlot. Elias, she wheezed, her grip fierce, don't chase fleeting pleasures like your father. Fear love if you must, but save yourself for the true kind, the one that heals, not destroys. I swore it, and that fear became my shadow, turning me into Blackwood, Ridge's oddity, the untouched cowboy, dodging saloon girls' winks and fleeing talk of romance. While folks like Widow Jenkins at the store or Sheriff Tate chuckled behind my back, the town was a gritty outpost, dust-choked in summer, snowbound in winter, where dreams died young and survival was the only game. They gossiped about me, sure, but my fears suited the silencing, till that fateful December night in 1885, when the blizzard roared in like vengeance itself, snow slicing the air like shards of glass, burying everything in a merciless white veil. The desperate thumping on my door pierced the storm's fury, urgent as a heartbeat on the edge. Lantern in hand, I flung it open, wind howling past like a beast. There she sprawled on my porch, Amelia Hayes, the widowed schoolmarm, half entombed in snow, her emerald eyes dim with exhaustion, lips cracked and blue. No mount nearby, just her, clinging to life by sheer will. I lifted her, frail yet solid in my arms, and carried her inside, bolting the door against the gale that clawed to follow. The storm promised 4 days of hell, isolating Blackwood Ridge like a forgotten grave, forcing alliances no one planned. Amelia fought it with a beauty that defied the years, her raven hair laced with silver-like stars in a night sky stirred as I set her by the blazing hearth. Warmth. Please, she gasped, her gaze meeting mine, igniting a flicker in my chest that challenged the fear I'd nursed so long. I eased off her drenched coat, mindful of propriety, and offered my flannel shirt and wool socks, the only spares that might warm her. Look away, she murmured through shivers, and I obliged, staring at the log walls while the soft sounds of undressing stirred visions. I'd long suppressed her form outlined in firelight, curves honest and inviting, teasing the edges of my guarded heart. Turning back, she stood altered, my shirt falling to her knees like a lover's embrace, socks hugging her thighs, hair unbound in glossy waves that danced with the flames. We shared stew and black coffee at my weathered table, the cabin's lone room drawing us close, the bed tucked in the corner, shelves sparse with provisions, my rifle watchful by the entrance. Snow mounted outside like barriers, the wind a relentless dirge, amplifying the intimacy where fears could crumble or harden. What drove you into this madness? I asked, voice low and unused to company, cupping her mug, steam veiling her face. She replied, Josie Wilkins, feverish out on their homestead. No dock could make it trail snowed under. I brought medicine, turned the tide, but the blizzard hit hard. My horse, Daisy, plunged into a ravine, leg broken beyond fix. I ended her suffering, then twisted my ankle in a hidden fissure slipped deep, snow collapsing like a trap. Hypothermia whispered sweet nothings, thought it had claimed me. Her tale evoked the terror, swirling voids of white, deceptive chasms waiting to devour, cold seeping in like poison. Her first peril, a near-fatal trek that tested her mettle. I bound her ankle with strips of cloth, my calloused touch grazing her skin velvet, warm now sending unfamiliar heat through my veins. Gentle for a rancher, she said, her eyes holding mine. Emerald pools stirring the fear of love into something curious, almost inviting. Risking whispers for a stranger. Whispers fade, I grumbled, but inside anxiety churned. The ridges I Sheriff Tate's bought loyalty. Widow Jenkins' loose tongue would devour this, me, the love-fearing loner, sequestered with the captivating widow. Her allure a spark for envy since Tom's death to the wasting sickness 5 years back. Her nearness wove quiet threads of connection, glances lingering in the fire's pop, unveiling the loneliness we'd both armored against. As dusk fell, conversations flowed stilted then, freer, about the ridge's unforgiving beauty. Her pupils' mischief, my solitary drives under endless skies. She opened about Tom, a steadfast partner stolen too early, leaving her dreams barren. Love terrifies after loss, she admitted softly. I confessed my vow, the fear Ma instilled that had kept me in isolation's grip, taught me to dread it, lest it break me like Pa. Her hand covered mine, a spark leaping between us. Fear protects, but it imprisons too. True desire, it's worth the risk. Her words kindled empathy, a gentle link hinting at mutual mending, thawing my cold core.